Alright, hey guys, it's Madame Wario. You can also call me Big Bobo. I'll be your announcer for the next couple hours. But you're actually stuck with me for the next 5 hours because I'm pretty much a part of everything coming up until 5 o'clock. So you're stuck with me. So thank you guys so much for being here, for representing. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Representing the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. I have cats running 90 miles per hour in the background, so if you hear any zooming, it's not me, I swear. It's the kitties, so they had to make their debut too. But I'll be your announcer. I'll be going over donations with you guys. I just want to let you know that we're at $7,535 for BCRF. And yeah, they've got the big zoomies going on. Perfect timing too, so you know, gotta represent. But we're actually getting ready to start with Rune Factory, any percent, featuring Thomal, and I know you guys can't get enough Scooter either. Also, shout out to Praise Scooter for that amazing Sonic R concert earlier. It was fabulous. I absolutely loved it. So, the kitties are hyped, you guys. They're just hyped. So it's wonderful to be here again today. Thank you guys so much for all of your support thus far. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Thomal, and we'll begin the Rune Factory any percent run. Here we go.
All right, I think we're live. Hey, everyone. All right, so let's get started. So yeah, if you guys don't know what Rune Factory is, I'll explain that once we get into the game itself. So, are we good now? Good? Alright, so we're going to be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so if you guys don't know what Rune Factory is, it's basically Harvest Moon but in a fantasy setting, with combat and dungeon crawling. But yeah, every Rune Factory game begins basically with you waking up in the middle of a village with no memory and just getting a farm. But anyways, despite the fact this is going to be a farming game, there's actually going to be very little farming in this playthrough. This is going to be any percent. So we're going to be doing some interesting skips throughout this playthrough. But yeah, for this intro section, it's going to go on for a little while, so if we have any donations to read right away, we can do that. Game's really quiet? Okay, let me turn up the game real quick.
We are actually caught up on donations, but I will remind everybody that we have a couple fun things coming up, and there's currently a Target for Metroid Prime Use the Fusion Suit going on. So if you guys want that to happen during that run, be sure to donate to that. And we've also got a poll going on for the Donkey Kong Country 3 file name, T-Pose, Fonky, or Tree. So get your donations in, you guys.
Alright. We have a little bit more time before gameplay starts, if we have any other announcements.
I will go ahead and just mention as well that we are less than $500 away from the $8,000 milestone. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. I just want to kind of make sure everybody knows that no amount is too small. $1, $2, $3, all of the little amounts add up. So if you haven't donated yet and you don't have much to donate and you feel like your donation is too small, there's no such thing. Donation's never too small. You're always good to go. So be sure to get those in, and we appreciate anything that we get for BCRF. So thank you guys.
Alright, so here's our first combat encounter. So weapons in this game you can actually charge up, which does a little bit more damage. So hopefully, okay, yeah, we got a pretty good cycle there. So our first weapon is literally just a farming hoe, because we have no weapons right now. No actual weapons. And that's not going to change for a little while. Anyways, we are almost through this first intro section. Unfortunately, there's not really a good way to skip dialogue in this game. So anyways, for defeating that monster, we basically just get ourselves a free farm. And we're gonna take it, because if we say no, we're gonna have to go through more dialogue. And I'm going to skip the tutorial, because I know what I'm doing. Oh, right. Normally I would have actually asked for a farm name, but since we're literally never going to see it ever again, there was not really a point to it. Alright, so for this first part of the run, basically we need to start tilling our field. So in order to unlock the first dungeon, we need to till 100 squares on our farm. And while we're doing this, I'm just going to explain a couple of mechanics that's going to be important throughout the game. So if you notice in the upper left, we have HP and RP. RP is basically our stamina. Everything we do will drain RP, and once we run out of RP, our actions will start draining HP instead. If we run out of health, we pass out if we're outside, and if we're in a dungeon, we just straight up die and get a game over. So we're going to try to avoid doing that. Well, we're going to avoid getting a game over. We're actually going to be passing out quite a few times throughout this run, just to save time. Because time in this game is really slow. So we're basically going to be passing out to skip time whenever we can. Also, I'm going to be picking up a couple things in the field as I'm doing this. I'm going to be picking up a bunch of these dried weeds. And there are also medicinal herbs in this field I want to pick up for medicine later. Fortunately, the spawning state of the field is always the same every time, so I should be able to find the 3 medicinal herbs I need pretty easily. Anyways, we're going to be doing this until around 9 a.m. in-game time, because there's something I need to do at 9 a.m. Today. But let me see here. I believe we should be finding some medicinal herbs, right around here. Yep, here's one. And I need 2 more. Where are the other 2? Here's one. Oh, nope. Don't need that. And there should be one right here. But yeah, right now I'm going to be concentrating on tilling the bottom part of the field, because I can use the upper part later. Oops. Anyways, we're going to be doing this for a little while longer, because it's almost 9 a.m. But yeah, we're going to be seeing a bit of combat later on. Early on, we're pretty much just going to be running past enemies for the most part, because, like I said, I don't actually have a weapon right now. Oh wait, 9 a.m. Alright, so we're going to take a quick break from tilling our fields. To just stop by this house down here, just to steal this. Just gonna grab an empty ball for some medicine later. Just for, safety. Although, honestly, we really don't need it, but good to have just in case. Anyways, we're just gonna keep working today, because this is basically gonna be the extent of our farming throughout this entire run. Once we're done, killing our field, we're pretty much not gonna do any more farming after that. Also, yeah, now that we're out of RP, basically we're gonna be draining HP whenever we start doing farm work. Which is actually what we want, because I'm just going to be basically tilling until I pass out. But yeah, we have a little while here if we want to read any announcements or donations.
We're still caught up on donations, but I'll remind everybody that we do have a giveaway, actually, of something that I crocheted that's coming up at 4 p.m. to let you guys know. I'll be giving away a crochet pink breast cancer awareness Wario plushie. So if you guys are interested, definitely stick around for that. And also keep getting those donations in. We've got lots of fun stuff coming up. And love you guys so much for all your support so far. Thank you so much.
All right. Also, is the game audio okay now? I know it was a bit quiet earlier. Alright, we're almost done here, though. A couple more squares and we should be unconscious. Actually, let me grab a couple more dried weeds just in case. We'll be using those later. There we go. Alright, so basically whenever you get knocked out, you automatically fall asleep and basically wake up at 10 a.m. the next day at the doctor's office with full stamina and RP. The reason I'm doing this is basically to skip to 10 a.m. whenever possible, because time in this game moves very, very slowly. And pretty much most stores don't open until at 10 a.m. Alright, so now that we're done here, we're actually not done tilting yet. We still have a little bit more to go. So basically I just want to tilt like this upper part of the field, and then we should have 100, and we can access the first dungeon. So let me see here. I believe we want to go until we're about halfway through our RP meter. I might as well go for a little bit more just for, like, marathon safety. Also, I kind of want to grab a couple antidote herbs here, because we are going to get poisoned later on purpose. Alright, so after this part, we should be good, and we should be able to get the pass for dungeon number 1. Whoops. As long as I don't keep screwing up where I swing my hoe. Alright, that should be good. So now I'm gonna head over to the mayor's house to get myself the pass for cave number 1. We're not actually gonna be finishing this dungeon, but I do need to actually access it to grab a couple of things. Oop, wrong way. Also, I kind of love some of the weird voice lines in this game.
I wonder what I can do for the town. Okay, got it.
Alright, so if I tilt enough squares, we should get the pass right here. There we go. Alright, so now that we have that, we're gonna head over to Dungeon 1. Actually, before we do this, I'm just gonna make a quick safety save. Also, let me just check one thing real quick. Okay, we're good. Alright, cave number 1. So the reason we're actually coming in here is not to actually finish it. We need it open for an event later on, and we need to grab a couple of things that we can only get in here. The most important thing is this. We get our first spell, which is Escape. Basically, this lets us warp to the beginning of the dungeon whenever we want. It doesn't use RP, which is important, but more importantly, that's going to be used for a glitch later on. Alright, so we want to now just basically dash all the way to the end of the cave. We're not going to be doing any fighting. Oops. And we're actually going to take a quick shortcut here and purposefully get poisoned, because the poison's going to help out later on. Also, yeah, this is basically explaining how the dungeons work. In order to get to the boss room of every dungeon, you need to go through and destroy all the monster generators. And if you leave the dungeon, they all reset, so you have to do it all in one go. But like I said, we're not actually going to be worried about finishing this dungeon. What I am worried about is actually getting hit, though. Because if we get hit, there's a chance that a lot of enemies in this dungeon can actually mute you. And if we're muted, we can't use spells, which is actually really annoying. It's not game, or it's not like run ending, but it just adds a little bit more time. Oh god. It just adds a little bit more time. But yeah, there is a surprising amount of enemies in this game that can just straight up mute you just by hitting you. And there's not really a way to cure it at the moment. I'll need to buy... Oh god. I need to buy some medicine later on. Anyways, I think I'm going the right way. Okay, good. Yeah, that guy can actually mute you if he hits you, so we got lucky there. Anyways, here we go. So the reason I want to come all the way down here to the bottom of the dungeon is to meet this guy, because he's going to give us a sleeping bag, which will basically let us sleep in dungeons so we can heal up without having to leave. There we go. Also, yes, in this game you can actually farm inside dungeons, which is how you recover RP in there, but like I said before, we're not going to be doing any farming this run through. Farming takes time, and I don't want to spend any time in here. Alright, so we basically have everything we need. Well, we have everything that we need from this dungeon, so instead, I'm going to be sleeping for a while. So while I'm sleeping, I might as well explain the skill system in this game. As you do things, you get better at them. And as your skill goes up, you use less RP to do pretty much everything. And one of the skills is actually sleeping. So basically right now we suck at camping, so we can only use the sleeping bag a couple of times before we have to leave. So what I'm going to be doing here is basically grinding my sleeping skill. I'm also doing this for another reason. We basically want to sleep until summer 26. So I'm just going to be grinding for a little while. Because yeah, we're basically going to be sleeping for like a month and a half. So if we have any announcements or anything, now's a good time to do them.
Alright, we do have a couple donations actually. So we have $2 from Power Thomal that says, "You are not caught up anymore. Holla holla, $2 train redo." Let's get that $2 hype train going, $2 donation train. And then we also have a $10 donation from Scooter, who says, "The farming with no farming, that's a pog." We also have a $13 donation from Oh Honey that says, "Jasper is pretty base." Thank you guys for those donations.
Alright, we have a little while longer if you have any other announcements.
Alright, I will say we're only $40 away from the $7,600 mark. So if we can get that $2 donation train going, we're all about it. Thank you guys so much. And keep those donations coming.
Alright, so yeah, we're basically grinding up our sleeping skill, so now we can basically use it 3 times every time we enter a dungeon. My ultimate goal is to try to get it to around 8 or 9 times, which we should reach by the time we hit summer 26. But yeah, the reason I'm doing this right now is we can actually straight up go to the final dungeon right now, but the problem is I don't have any weapons or money. So we're going to be going to the Treasure Hunt Festival on summer 26 to basically try to cheat our way into getting a bunch of cash. That's another reason I wanted Dungeon 1 open, because we need to go in here for that festival. But yeah, now we can use it 4 times every time we go into a dungeon. This is going to get a lot faster once we can actually just sleep straight for like a week in here. Also, I could just go home and sleep at the house, but I believe actually sleeping in the cave is faster, just because you don't have to go through these sleep or going to bed animation and getting up animations. But yeah, I also have to make sure I don't accidentally oversleep past the date I want to go out. Alright, before I keep going, let me just double check my skill level. Yeah, our camping skill is starting to get up there. I think on this route we should have 9 uses of it when we go to the final dungeon. But yeah, I guess while we're sleeping, I might as well explain the other 2 weird mechanics with this game in terms of some skips that are going to be coming up, because they're going to be happening pretty quickly one after the other. So basically with this game, whenever you pause it and unpause it, there are a couple of frames where the game takes a couple of frames to basically go back to normal, which is pretty normal for these type of games. But there's another function this game kind of has that I don't think ever popped up in the series again. So if you hit L1 and select, you can actually take a screenshot of the game. And when you screenshot, it basically functions the same way as the pause menu, where basically there's a couple of frames before everything goes back to normal. But one thing the developers I don't think really notice is that you can actually do both those things one right after the other, which can let you do some interesting things when it comes to like skipping certain triggers in this game. But we'll be seeing that later, because we're basically going to be using that a couple of times in a row once we're done here. Also, it's summer now, so we're going to be sleeping for another, what, 20 days? Yeah, 20 days. But since our camping skill is starting to get higher, we can basically start skipping days a lot faster, because we don't have to keep leaving. Also, hopefully I don't get rained on after the festival, because we kind of can't shop during the rainstorm sometimes, which is weird. But yeah, we have any other like quick donations or announcements, we can do them now, while we have a little bit of downtime.
Okay, I'll just let you guys know that we are over halfway to the Metroid Prime incentive, and that's going to take place tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern with my boy Bubba 1722. So we're over halfway to that incentive, so be sure to choose those incentives when you get your donations in. And then also, I just want to point out that we are over 75% to our goal. So our end goal of 10,000, we're getting so close. Thank you guys so much for all your support. And be sure to vote on the poll for the Donkey Kong Country 3 file as well.
I do love how there's 100 people here just watching me sleep for a month.
I mean, this is the hibernation percent, right?
This is hibernation percent, that's right. This is only done on the US version, by the way. In the Japanese version, there's actually another glitch you can do, which basically lets you cook sashimi that costs like 100,000 gold that you can sell. Unfortunately, they kind of patched that out of the US version. And I have to do this on the physical copy because you can actually... Emulators are a bit weird with this game, in that some of the glitches just don't work because of hardware differences. But yeah, in the Japanese version, you could literally just, in the first day, make 100,000 gold via cooking. But unfortunately, that was kind of patched down in this version. Anyways, we should be almost done here. I think one more sleep cycle, and we should be on the date we want. Let me see. We are summer 13. Yeah, we're almost there. I hope you guys like this sleeping sound. But man, America had to, like, devalue sashimi. Although apparently with that glitch, it's kind of weird because you basically have to manipulate the game using the touchscreen. Alright, let's see, 26... Okay, yeah, we're almost done here. Alright, so I do want to actually pay attention here, because I have accidentally overslept before it hit the 27th. If that happens, there are a couple backup things we can do, but I would rather not have to do those, because those actually take a while. Yeah, they are making a Rune Factory 5, though. They announced that a little while ago. That should be out this year. Alright, so we should have about 8 uses when we go to the final dungeon, which is good. Honestly, we don't actually need these, but these are just for safety strats. Plus, like I said, it's faster to do this instead of just going home and sleeping there. Alright, now I just have to make sure that we don't do this too many times. Alright, so we're on the 24th now. Oh, 1 second. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, yeah, I just had a few drop frames there. Should be back to normal now. 1 second. Are we dropping frames? That's not good. Seems okay now. Okay. Anyways, it is now the 26th, so I'm gonna go home and actually save. So that I don't have to do that all over again if I screw up. Yeah, sorry about that. I think we dropped a few frames there for a minute. Alright, so now that it's the 26th, we're gonna go participate in a festival. Also, yes, I'm poisoned this entire time on purpose, because I kind of want to start losing health whenever I can.
Good morning.
But yeah, the festival is always the exact same treasure every single time. The quicker we do this, the more money we get. Honestly, as long as we just do it within a couple of hours, we're fine. Also, 1 second. I think we're dropping frames again. Tech issues, you gotta love them. Just gonna give it a second to calm down. Alright, we're good. I think. Nope. If we have any announcements while we wait for it to calm down a little bit.
We are honestly all caught up with announcements for right now, but I will just keep saying thank you so much to all the support you guys have shown. And if you're unable to donate today, feel free to share the event on social media. Make sure to spread the word, make art, do anything that's just anything that you have skill-wise can help promote the event. We are very appreciative, and it definitely will not go unnoticed. So thank you guys, and keep being awesome. We love you.
Alright, so I think, yeah, I lowered my bitrate a little bit, so it should be okay now. But yeah, the treasure for this festival is always at the same place every single year. It is actually right over here. At this dead end. Also, yeah, those ants can mute you, so I don't want to get hit. It should be right here. There it is. And now I'm going to get out of here before I get hit. And I'm muted. Great. Alright, I guess we're walking back then. That's going to lose a little bit of time, but we should still have plenty of money. Honestly, we get way more money than we really need. Also, this gives me a little bit more time for poison start, like, slowly killing me. Alright, so now we just have to head back to the square and deliver this book before I pass out. I did save right before this, so we should be okay. Alright, so now we just want to deliver this book, and I don't want to miss. If we miss, we would have to go all the way back to get the book again, which I'm pretty sure I would not survive the run. Alright, so I want to grab the gold here. And now, I basically want to skip to tomorrow, so I'm just going to start eating like these dried weeds I found in the field. Just to drain my HP faster. Oh, am I out? No, I'm not out. Like I said, it's faster to pass out and wake up than it is to wait until 10 AM. Alright, we're good.
Take care.
Take care.
Alright, so now that we have money, I'm gonna do a quick shopping trip of all the things I'm gonna need.
You look a little pale. Are you okay? Okay.
When I came to this town, I finally felt like my true self. Brother, take care.
Alright. So now I'm gonna buy a couple things of medicine. First things first, we're gonna make a potion. That's what those 3 medicinal herbs we got for. And now we are going to buy just a ton of, like, healing medication, because we're gonna need a lot of it going forward. So I'm gonna grab... How much money do I have? To be safe. I'm gonna grab 9 of each. Alright, that should be good. If I have a bit more money, I'll come back and grab a bit more. So now we want to head over to the blacksmith, which is not over here. I went the wrong way. I completely blanked out where it was. There it is. So we're gonna need to grab a couple of weapons before we go forward. Because we technically could beat the game with, like, our current farming tools, but it would just take forever. Also, yeah, good thing it wasn't raining today. Otherwise, we would have to wait another day before we can do this. Alright, so let's grab... So we're gonna want to grab a claymore and a battle axe. I don't have enough money for the battle axe. Whoops. Did I buy something I wasn't supposed to buy? I mean, we only need one of them, so let me see here. Huh. I think I bought something I wasn't supposed to buy. Whatever. That's weird. Alright, in that case, I'm just gonna grab the, greatsword then. Alright, so we have medicine and we have our weapon, so I think we should be okay. How much more money do I have, actually? I have... I forget how to actually check my money. Yeah, huh. Alright, this is fine. I went to the wrong store. I meant to go to the pharmacy next door. So I can just spend the rest of my money on extra medicine in case I needed it.
Good morning.
Alright, so let me see here. We have a little bit more money. I'm gonna grab a bunch more antidotes. Not that many. Alright, we should be good now. Alright, so we have everything we need. Let's head to the final dungeon. So normally we would not be able to access the final dungeon because we don't have the pass for it, because obviously we are not remotely prepared for this. But, like I said before, pausing and taking screenshots in this game kind of makes the game bug out a little bit. So, we are just going to head over there right now. Wrong way. Alright, so normally we can't go in here because there's basically a trigger here that tells you, no, you're not allowed in. But, if we run at it and basically do this... no, I screwed that up. This might take a couple of tries. I think that one was a bit too early. Oh no, never mind, made it. So we're in the final dungeon now. Basically, yeah, that lets you skip triggers for events, so you can kind of basically go wherever you want for that. But yeah, if we get touched by anything in here, we're gonna die normally, but there's a way around that. We're gonna use that same exact glitch, but this time using the return spell. So what we want to do is basically use return and pause right before it finishes. And then take a... Oh, I screwed that up. This might take a couple of tries. But we're gonna basically doing the same glitch, but instead of trying to skip a trigger, we're gonna be using it with our return spell. Ah. The frames in this one are kind of tricky. It's a little easier though, because you don't have to be moving while doing it. Alright, I think I got it. Alright, so now we're now very, very tiny, and we're now invincible for enemy attacks. So basically what's happening here is whenever you use the return spell, the game makes you invincible temporarily. Anyways, I was hoping to have the battle axe for this, because this is going to take a little while with the greatsword. But this should be okay. So yeah, right now we are completely invincible, because whenever you use the return spell, you basically become... The game basically sets you as invincible until the spell finishes. But if we pause during it and take a screenshot, we can start moving even when the spell isn't done. So if we hit a screen transition, basically the game just locks us into this weird, invincible, tiny state like this. So now enemies cannot hurt me. I can still get hurt via, you know, draining all my RP like right now. But yeah, unfortunately, since I don't have the battle axe, this might take... Actually, this might be faster if I just do this. It's gonna take a while to defeat these, generators. I think I accidentally screwed up a little earlier when I didn't have enough money. Which is kind of weird. I don't know how I didn't have enough money there. Oh well. But yeah, that's probably gonna add some time. Hopefully, once we get a couple of level... Yeah, this isn't going exactly as planned. We should be okay, though. Yeah, we're starting to do more damage to the generators. We're just gonna have to grind for a few more levels. Normally with a battle axe, we could basically destroy these generators a lot quicker. We wouldn't have to grind a couple of levels to do enough damage. But yep, while we're baby mode, we basically just cannot get hurt by enemies. I did have to buy medicine though, because here's the thing. Even though enemies can't kill me, I can still kill me. Because we're still draining a lot of HP by doing this. That's also why I bought a bunch of medicine. Fortunately, whenever we level up like that, we do get our HP back. So we're going to be taking advantage of the fact that we're going to be leveling up a bunch in here, because we're here in level 1 instead of level like 15 like the game intended us to be. But yeah, after this first generator, the other one should be going down a bit faster once we get a couple more levels under our belt. And after we kill this ghost a couple more times. Alright, this generator should be almost down though, I hope. We are getting better at the sword though, which actually like strains our attack and lets us use less RP whenever we attack. Alright, hopefully this generator goes down soon. Yeah, we're slowly but surely doing more and more damage to it. Come on, break already. There we go. Actually, I kind of want to kill this guy for the experience real quick. Okay, we're good. I do also want to avoid poison, because we can still take damage from poison, and right now I can't really risk, you know, taking damage whenever I don't have to. But yeah, before people discover the whole screenshot glitch, the other alternative like strategy would be to recruit a wolf in Dungeon 2 and use that to skip the loading screen. But since now that we can take screenshots and basically do that glitch wherever we want, we don't really need to go to Dungeon 2 ever. But yeah, since I screwed up a little and couldn't get the battle axe, we have a little bit of time here if we have any donations to read.
I just want to let everybody know that our sponsor this weekend, if you're just joining us, is BCRF, Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and you can find out more information about them by typing !BCRF into the chat. They are the #1 highest rated breast cancer charity in the US, and $50 funds 1 hour of research. So every dollar counts. It's a great cause, a great charity, and we're so happy to be representing this charity through the Stacked Game Marathon. Thank you guys so much for continuing to show support.
Alright, so we should be done with this generator soon. Also, one other thing that we can get hit by is AoE attacks like magic, which is going to be very annoying for some enemies later on this dungeon. They can't hurt us, but they can still knock us around like crazy. In fact, that's how they used to like do this glitch. So this guy we actually want to lure like over here, so I don't keep getting knocked off the generator. He is not... Okay, I don't care about that attack. I wanted to basically just come a little bit further. Alright, that should be good. And never mind. That didn't work. You know what? That's fine. Oh, wait, no. There we go. So basically, I just kind of want him to stand a little bit further away from the generator and just start trying to throw spells at me. Because otherwise, he'll stand right next to the generator and basically keep knocking me away with that fire spell of his. Oops. Also, yeah, the reason I'm using charge attacks is that he's not actually hurting me, is he? No, he's not. Okay. But the reason I'm using charge attacks is that they do more damage to the generators than normal attacks. So let me see. We're doing like 10 to 15 damage per hit. So that's not too bad. But yeah, he's just going to keep trying to kill me. This is fine. Also, I don't want to move in case he tries to move closer. Because right now he's the perfect length away that he can't hit me with that. I would like to try to hit him with my attacks, but I don't want to get too close and have to deal with that. There we go. Alright, let's move on to the next generator, which should be right here. Fortunately, this cave is actually pretty short compared to the other dungeons. Also, we're running a bit low on health. If we start beeping, I'm going to start using some medicine. I kind of want to avoid using medicine for now. I want to save as much of that for the final boss as like possible, but like I said, if we die here, that's going to be a big time loss. In fact, I'm going to do 1 or 2 more attacks before healing. Oh wait, no, we're fine. I'm going to try to rely mostly on levels to heal for now. I also still have my sleeping bag if we really need to use that, but I think we should be okay. Also, yeah, I don't really care about the treasure they're dropping. I don't need any items right now. Alright, so a couple more hits and this generator should be done. Ooh, okay, we're starting to hit to... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say we're hitting the point where we're not really gonna be getting any more levels, but I think we're okay. Oh. Oh god, don't get poisoned right now. I do have medicine for poison, but I don't want to use it. I went the wrong way. Wrong stairs. Alright, so if I counted right, we should have like 2 more generators left. There should be one right here. Yep. This one spawns Scorpions. I don't care about scorpions. They can't hit me, so they can't poison me. Like, it's not that we can't take damage, it's just the fact that we literally don't have a hitbox in terms of, like, enemy attacks. On the other hand, there is one good thing about, like, screwing up and not getting the battle axe. We're gonna be a bit higher level for the final boss, so it should go down a lot quicker than normal. I guess it's still kind of a time save by doing that. I totally did that on purpose and didn't, like, somehow screw up getting enough money to buy both the greatsword and the battle axe. I think I was a little bit too slow when it came to the treasure hunt, just because I kind of lost the ability to use return magic. Oh wait, no, there are like 2 more generators, I remember now. There's a dragon one right here. Don't mind me. Dragon can't hurt me, I'm baby. He's gonna keep trying, but he can't hurt me. Actually, I think there are 2 more. I've completely lost count of how many generators there are in this dungeon. We'll definitely know we've hit them all, though, because they're pretty much all on the way to the final boss room. Also, yeah, I'm probably gonna need to heal up before long. I think we've hit the point where every single enemy won't give us a full level anymore. You know what? No, I'm not gonna stay here and fight the dragon. Anyways, this is the most annoying one, though, because this one spawns a fairy who does that. That pretty much will knock us all over the place if we don't get her a bit to the edge of the screen. Okay, we should be good. Yep, there we go. Basically, we're trying to bug the AI a little bit so that it doesn't come towards us, by just basically luring it to the very edge of the screen. But yeah, that fairy is actually pretty important. In the old runs of this game, before they figured out the whole screenshot glitch, that fairy would be how we would trigger this little, like, invincibility glitch. We would basically try to get it to knock us into the stairs, and it was extremely dangerous, because if we screwed up, it would just kill us. Also, I'm just gonna use this. We're not gonna have that for the final boss, but we still have a bunch of other medicines I bought, that we should still be okay. But yeah, basically, in order to get that whole return glitch to work, we would have to be knocked into those stairs via this fairy's wind magic. But we don't need that anymore, so now the wind magic is just kind of an annoyance that we kind of want to avoid. We want to go this way. This should be the final generator before the final boss. Also, we're poisoned. 1 second. Just gonna heal that off real quick. Just so I don't have to deal with the HP drain. Alright, a couple more hits and we should be okay. Alright, one last level. Maybe 2 last levels if we don't beat this thing up soon. This is taking a bit longer than I thought it would. We're kind of rolling a bit low in terms of damage numbers. There we go. Alright, so now we should be good. That's every single generator done. Now I just need to head to the final boss. Before we head to the final boss, though, there's a reason I kind of grinded on my sleeping bag. I'm just gonna fully heal up before we enter the boss room for, like, marathon safety. We don't get a ton of RP back when we sleep with the sleeping bag, but since we're doing it for like a week straight, we should have full health and RP before we go in. Maybe not full RP, but we should have enough RP that I don't have to worry about killing myself with my sword. Also, yeah, we're gonna be tiny throughout the entire run, including story scenes. The only way to basically reset this is to either restart the game or just use return and let it finish. Which, by the way, I kind of don't want to accidentally hit X and use the return spell, because then I would have to redo the glitch. But yeah, you can get really, really tiny. Honestly, I was kind of hoping we would be a bit smaller, just because it's funnier, but we're small enough. How we doing? Let me sleep a little bit longer. I might as well just use up all the charges on my sleeping bag. This is a marathon, so I just want to be super safe. Alright, that should be good. Final boss time. So yeah, since we kind of skipped 90% of the game, we don't know anything about the story. So basically the story is that a neighboring empire is trying to invade this area, and they've been basically summoning demons in all of the caves around here, which are the bosses that we've been beating up. Well, we should have been beating up. Also, by the way, she mentioned a tank earlier. She wasn't being, like, metaphorical. The boss right before this dungeon is a literal tank that we have to basically have a sword fight with. But yeah, basically they're explaining that they basically just summoned a dragon god here. So basically they were the ones who took away our memory and tricked us into farming in the area so that they can gather our energy to summon God. This is their plan A, by the way. Also, apparently the trigger to summoning God was literally having a sword fight with their tank. Alright, let's do this. Alright, final boss time. So here's the thing, we're still invincible, so he literally cannot hurt us. So the annoying thing about this guy is that's the annoying thing about this guy. He likes to just fly all over the place, so we kind of want to hopefully get a good pattern where he stands still for a while. Nope, we are getting a terrible pattern today. Stop moving so I can... Oh my god. This is the worst pattern ever. Okay, here we go. Finally, he's doing some ground attacks. He's doing that ground attack just kind of... That ground attack kind of causes a bunch of slowdown on the DS, so we're kind of hoping he doesn't do that a lot. And, of course, he's just doing the two annoying attacks. He's causing slowdown, he's just flying all over the place. This is fine, though. He can't actually hurt me. So the reason that we bring the greatsword is that it's a lot faster against the final boss. We basically just keep doing this two-hit combo over and over again. Also, yeah, this is a farming game, by the way. Alright, so we're basically just gonna keep hitting him over and over again until he dies. So pretty straightforward here. That being said, we're getting... Okay, he's not really flying all over the place anymore, so that's kind of good. I fully expect him to start flying right after that. But since we did get, like, a bunch more levels than I really meant to in this dungeon, this is going to go by a little faster than usual. Well, it would go by a lot faster than usual if he didn't keep flying. We do need to watch our health, though. I still have all the medicines I bought, so we should be fine. Listen, I'm my own worst enemy here. He can't hurt me, but I can hurt me. It's deep. Anyways, he should be getting his low health animation soon. In fact, you know what? I should probably start... Okay, yeah, he's getting close to death, but so am I. 1 minute. Just gonna ignore the lightning real quick and just drink a bunch of, like, antidote herbs. Alright, we should be okay. Of course, he's gonna take advantage of his stupidly fast speed now to just fly all over the place. Oh, I missed that. Alright, he's almost done here. In fact, you know what? Let me just be a bit safe here. Come on, die for me. It would definitely help if I didn't keep missing my attacks. Alright, I think a couple more swings and he's done. Wait, where is he? There he is. I think he knows, too, that we're trying to speedrun this game, because he is just not standing still. There we go. Oh my god. Okay. Here, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of this beeping sound. There we go. That's the final boss done. We're not quite done with the run, though. There's still a little bit after this that we need to do. I love doing this as Baby, though. We're so tiny. Also, yeah, their plan A was summon God. Plan B was just send their tank battalion into the town and take it over that way. Alright, so we're almost done here, though. So now we basically just need to go warn the... I keep forgetting how tiny I am in story scenes. Now we basically just need to go warn the town that basically the tank army's on the way. Also, I have mail. I don't really care about my mail. All we really need to do is basically go tell the mayor, who is right over here. And now we're basically going to go confront the tank battalion, and time will be coming up soon, once I lose control. So now we basically just want to head to the south part of the map. Alright, time is coming up. And... time. But yeah, that's Rune Factory. We've beaten the game in, what? What was my final time? Alright, yeah, final time's about 56 minutes. A bit longer than expected because I messed up a little bit there, but overall not bad. But yep, that's Rune Factory. The rest of this is just the ending. But that was fun. Anyways, I would do my sign off here, but I'm actually doing a run right after this, so... Also, yeah, we're still tiny, by the way. Listen, the tanks are just here to basically invade the town instead of using their whole dragon god. Who is now on our side, by the way, because we beat him up. Alright, but we can transition whenever we want.
Alright, so get those GGs in for Thomal. Great job on the big Rune Factory run. When I think farming, I think tanks, I think getting poisoned, I think sleeping in a cave. I mean, those are all the things that come to mind, so it was quite eye-opening. Love you, Thomal. And don't go away, because we've got more Thomal coming with Final Fantasy Adventure Any% coming up next. And after after that, you guys, I'm not going anywhere. I will be here until 5 o'clock today, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So what we've got on deck after Final Fantasy is Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. That's with my sister, Madam Toadstool. I will be co-commentating for that. So we're going to do a big showcase. So you guys don't want to miss out on that level showcase. And then after that, it's going to be me. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Madam Wario. And it's also going to be Slim Kirby. We're going to be racing each other with Minigame Island Any %. That's coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern. And we did reach an incentive for that yesterday. It's been such a crazy, awesome couple of days here, just going above and beyond with donations. You guys are absolute rock stars. Thank you so much for all your support. But we did reach an incentive for that. So Slim is going to be doing a 100% run of that, whereas I'm going to be doing any %, and I would also like to point out it's going to be a silly putty %, because I'm currently recovering from an injury, so that'll be interesting, but I'm really looking forward to that.